Okay, so if we move to the Cabinet Board papers, and if we go straight to agenda item 1, which is appointment of chairperson.
I'll nominate Councillor Scott Jones as the chairman of this meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay, so Councillor Scott Jones, can you please take the position of chair?
Thank you, Chloe. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Cabinet Board meeting of Environment, Regeneration and Street Care on the 22nd of July. Moving on to agenda item 2, Chair's announcements. Can I welcome everybody virtually as well to the Environment and Regeneration Street Care Cabinet Board. I'm Councillor Scott Jones. I'm the Cabinet Member for Street Care. A few points to cover before we move on to the item. Please can you ensure that your phones are switched to silent for the duration of the meeting. When asked, could you please raise your hand, or members that are joining virtually viewing this meeting, please can you raise your electronic hand. In this case, it will be your electronic hand. Therefore, moving on to agenda item 3, declarations of interest. Can I ask colleagues and members if there are any interests to declare from members today based on the items? If you can indicate, and Chloe will forward an electronic version of the form for you to complete. And if in return you can complete it to Chloe, please. We will therefore move on.
I see no hands, Chair.
Thank you. Thanks, Chloe. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 4, Forward Work Programme 2022 to 2023. The Forward Work Programme is here for noting on pages 5 to 10 of your agenda pack. Chloe, is there anything you wish to add to this item?
No, Chair, that will just be populated as we move forward. Because obviously this is the first meeting, but yeah, the agenda will become more full as we go forward.
Great, thank you. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 5, public question time. We have received no notifications from the public at today's meeting. In that case, we'll therefore move on to agenda item 6, Commercial Property Grant, Water Street Business Centre. The report is on page 11 to 24 and is here for decision. Do officers, or can I ask officers if they have any further comments to add, please?
Nothing further from me, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I ask my colleagues and members if there's any further questions? No. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So,
sorry, Wyndham.
this is the property in Talbot Road, is it?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, it's the Water Street one.
It's not the one that I've done the work.
No, it's not. Councillor.
Okay. I'll. Sorry. Okay.
No problem.
No question that, and I'll come back.
No problem. Thank you. Okay. In that case, can I now refer members to the recommendation on page 17 of the circulated agenda pack? I propose. Can I have a seconder, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, or for members present, raising your electronic hand, I'll assume that you are in favour of the recommendations. Chloe, can I ask for you to confirm, please?
I see no hands or indication to the contrary, Chair, so that's been approved.
Thanks very much. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 7, Commercial Property Grant Units 1 and 2 Commercial Buildings. This is in relation to Talbot Road, Port Talbot. The report is on page 25 to 38 and is here for decision. Can I ask if officers have any further comments to add, please?
Just to clarify once more, Chair, that the grant cannot be paid for work which has been undertaken prior to the applicant having the offer letter, and the offer letter hasn't yet gone out. So any works that have been undertaken will not be eligible for a grant. But an officer is going out on site today to check and to speak with them.
Thanks very much, Andrew, and your comments have been noted. Can I ask colleagues, members, if there's any questions? Councillor Wyndham Griffiths.
Yeah, this is the one I was put my hand up before. Does this mean now that if it's correct that this grant is null and void? it comes off the books?
There may be works that they haven't yet undertaken, which might still be eligible, councillor. So I think we can't approve the grant today on the basis of what Councillor Rahman has told us. So as I say, an officer will be going out to check and speak to them today. So I don't think that we're in a position to be able to approve the entire grant as is specified in the report.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any further questions? No. Chloe, some guidance if it's okay, if you don't mind. If the grant is not being approved on the basis of the information, that's what you said, Andrew, isn't it? Is that we're not going to be proposing to approve it? Do we look at deferring this then until officers come back? That would be applicable, I believe.
Yes, you're right there, Chair. So we'd obviously liaise with officers to bring the report back in an appropriate time.
Yeah, okay, so therefore I'll propose, that we defer this
Yeah.
item until further information. Can I have a seconder as well, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you. If members don't indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the proposal that was just made. Can I ask Chloe to confirm, please?
I see no hands raised, Chair, so I can confirm that this item has been deferred.
Great, thanks very much, and we look forward to receiving some information in due course. Thanks, Andrew. Okay, we'll move on to agenda item 8, commercial property grant, 20 Queen Street in Neath. The report is on page 39 to 54 and is here for decision. Can I ask if officers have any further comments to add, please?
Nothing further from myself. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Andrew. Can I ask colleagues, members, if there's any questions? There are none. Okay, I now refer members to the recommendation on page 47 of the circulated agenda pack. I propose, can I have a seconder, please?
I second, Chair.
Thank you. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendation. Chloe, if you can confirm that that's the case, please.
I see no hands raised or contrary to the recommendation, so I can confirm that that's been approved, Chair.
Great, thanks very much. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 9, incorporation of council land into the highway. The report is on page 55 to 64 and is here for decision. Can I ask officers if there's any further comments, please?
Nothing for myself. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Andrew. Okay, can I ask colleagues or members if they have any questions, please? There are none. Okay. I now refer members to the recommendation on page 57 of the circulated agenda pack. I propose, if I can have a seconder, please.
I second, Chair.
Thank you. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendation. Chloe, can you confirm if this has been approved, please?
I can see no hands raised and I can see no contrary to recommendation, so I can confirm that's been approved, Chair.
Thanks very much. Moving on to agenda item 10, Neath Talbot County Borough Council Highway Technical Design Guide for Residential, Commercial and Industrial Developments. The report is on pages 65 to 84 and is here for decision. Can I ask officers if there's any further comments to add, please?
No further comments in terms of the documentation, other than to say it'll put the council in a more stronger position to defend potential challenges from developers. We have had challenges in the past that we have had to defend through court. And we're successful at defending, I should add, but this will put us in a much stronger position by having a more updated document that we're able to use. So, thank you, Chair.
Thanks very much, Dave. Colleagues, members, can I ask if you have any questions? There are none. Okay, can I now therefore refer members to the recommendation on page 69 of the circulated agenda pack? At this point, I'm going to ask Chloe to come in because we have received an amendment via scrutiny. So calling on Chloe, please.
Thank you, Chair. I just thought I'd reread out the amendment that was proposed and seconded by Scrutiny Committee. So it's having due regard to the screening integrated impact assessment, it is recommended that members approve the new highway design guide for implementation, subject to an appropriate disclaimer being placed on the Council's website, highlighting that some legal and policy provisions may not be up to date and drawing attention to compliance with Lwybr Newydd PPW 11 and specific reference to the Active Travel Design Guide 2021, confirming this Council's commitment to active travel and sustainable transport. In addition, future amendments to the document to be brought back to scrutiny for review prior to submission to Welsh Government by CSS or following updated versions from Welsh Government. So as scrutiny put that forward to Cabinet Board Chair, could you please, if you'd be proposing seconding on that particular amendment to be approved?
Thank you, Chloe. Yes, I'm sure we are mindful of accepting. I propose, and can I therefore ask for a seconder, please?
I second, Chair.
Thanks very much. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, it'll be assumed that you're in favour of the recommendation before us. I'm going to ask Chloe if you can confirm that's the case, please.
Thank you, Chair. I can see no electronic hand raised, so I can confirm that the amended recommendation has been approved.
Thanks very much. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 11, Bevans Terrace retaining wall reconstruction. The report is on pages 85 to 108 and is here for decision. Can I ask if officers have any further comments to add, please?
Just to advise members that we've been monitoring Bevans Terrace and indeed Norton Terrace retaining wall reconstruction, existing schemes for a number of years. Just to reiterate that there is an allocation already within the Council's approved capital programme for the scheme, and is here today for members' consideration to endorse that construction work and retaining repairs to be undertaken.
Thanks very much, David. Colleagues, members, can I ask if you have any questions? There are none. Okay, I now therefore refer members to the recommendations on page 87 of the circulated agenda pack. I propose, can I have a seconder, please?
I second, Chair.
Thanks very much. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, I will assume that you're in favour of the recommendations. Chloe, can you confirm that this is the case, please?
I can see no hands raised, Chair, and no indication to the contrary, so I can confirm that's been approved.
Thanks very much. Okay, therefore we'll move on to agenda item 12, Norton Terrace retaining wall reconstruction. The report is on pages 109 to 132 and is here for decision. Can I ask officers if there's any further comments, please?
Okay, same principles. The funding is already approved within the capital programme as a budget. It's just for members to endorse the expenditure here today.
Thanks very much, David. Colleagues, members, can I ask if you have any questions, please? There are none. Okay, I now refer members to the recommendation on page 111 of the circulated agenda pack. I propose, can I have a seconder, please?
I second, Chair.
Thanks very much. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, it'll be assumed that you are in favour of the recommendation. Can I call on Chloe to confirm that's the case, please?
Thanks, Chair. I can see no electronic hands or indication to the contrary, so I can confirm that that item's been approved.
Thanks very much. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 13, urgent items. I can confirm I have no urgent items. Therefore, we'll move on to agenda item 14, access to meetings, exclusion of the public. Members, at this point, we have to consider the information contained within the private report. Are members in agreement to move into private session, please?
I second, Chair.
Thank you very much. Members, if you do not indicate to the contrary by raising your electronic hand, I'll assume that you're in favour in moving into the private session. Chloe, can you confirm that this is the case, please?
Yep, I can see no electronic hands raised, Chair, so I'll just stop the recording now.